Hello everyone, my name is Kueh Long Yang. I'm the leader for this group, which is Group 6.
I'm Chao Chao Rong.
I'm Gao Wei.
I'm Barry Jack.
So today we're making a podcast about the perspective of knowledge for Islamic and Western. So let's start our podcast right now.
Yeah.
So let's start off by stating Islamic perspective. So Islamic definition of knowledge, which is called ilm, looks at knowledge beyond intellectual understanding. Knowledge in Islam is not just based on fact and logic, it entails spiritual understanding, moral and divine revelation.
It's seen as a blessing from Allah given to humans in order to comprehend the universe and how to act upon it. They believe that knowledge brings humans closer to Allah. What about Western perspective?
So, in Western philosophy, knowledge has this specific definition called justified true belief. Sounds fancy, but it's actually pretty straightforward. They are saying if you wanna claim something, you know something about it, not just guess or believe, but actually know what it's about.
So in the modern era, right, the concept of knowledge faces challenges due to conflict between both perspectives. There is an imbalance because Muslims embrace Western science and technology while the spiritual and moral foundation has been neglected, which is the main leading confusion, identity and values. So we should look through the source of knowledge. So let's talk about Islam first. The divine religion is called Wahi. The Quran and Hadith is a guidance for both religions and worldly matters. So the next one is experience. It's called Tajriba. So in Islam, learning from life, history and nature is also encouraged in Islam. So what about Western?
Okay, from the source of Western, the first one will be the empiricism. So it means that knowledge gained through senses and also experiences. From the argument by Aristotle and John Locke, they argue that human understanding begins with observation of the world. So the second thing will be skepticism and critical inquiry. In order to enhance civilization and achieve infinite progress, knowledge need to be subjected to questioning and constantly improve through scientific method. So there are three scientific methods. The first one will be the observation. The second one will be the experimentation. The third one will be the reasoning. According to this scientific method, we can produce great progress in technology and also science, but they often only focus on the material world. So let's talk about how each approach methodology and how they found their own perspective about knowledge.
So how Islamic approach the concept of knowledge? The methodology must start from the premise that Islamic epistemology is fundamentally theocentric, which is God-centered, that often involves both the mind and the heart. Emphasize a holistic approach that integrates revealed knowledge from the Quran and Sunnah with human intellect and observation. So what about in Western perspective?
So, quick talk about our methodological. We use comparative analysis, which is comparing Western and Islamic perspective side by side. There are three steps. One, define our term clearly, so we are not overgeneralizing. Two, trace the core belief about knowledge in each tradition by studying the major thinkers. Three, compare them fairly without bias. We are not saying one is better, we are understanding both of them, both of their on their terms. The goal was respectfully balanced understanding of both traditions. That's our methodological.
I think we should conclude our podcast today. So understanding each perspective is important because the goal is not to declare one superior, but to understand their unique characteristic, architecture, historical development, and the answer to fundamental epistemological questions.
Wow! Yeah, so let me do a conclusion for you guys. Western thinkers see knowledge as something that must be proven, tested, and also verified. But on the other hand, Islamic knowledge encompasses not only propositional truth, but also experiential, moral, spiritual dimension with the objective of promoting rightness and a submission to the Allah will.
Yes.
So thank you.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
the podcast.
Yeah.
Thank